has been an awakening. Have you felt it?
Hello guys, my name's Imric117 and today I'm looking at a different type of video. This is the Critical Drinker. Well, the video is called When Gamers Fight Back, Sweet Baby Inc. Backlash. So, the whole story here is about the Suicide Squad game, which is one of the worst games I've ever played in my life. Hate it with a passion, wanted my money back, Microsoft wouldn't let me. It's fucking horse shit, but okay. Anyway, yeah, but let's check this out, because Critical Drinker, great YouTuber, love his stuff, also really funny, so let's check this out. So 3, 2, 1... Yeah.
Financial crises, studio interference, corporate bloat, mass layoffs, substandard writing, embarrassing visuals, the destruction of legacy characters and franchises, and an unhealthy focus on the message. Now, you might think I'm talking about the self-inflicted problems facing modern-day Hollywood, but you'd be wrong, mister, because today I'm going to be talking about the video game industry and the crisis that's rapidly unfolding in it. But first, allow me to paint you a picture, dear viewer. Imagine for a moment that you're a major games developer, and due to years of corporate mismanagement and substandard hiring practices that prioritize diversity and inclusion over actual talent and creative ability, your studio is now bloated with excessive numbers of talentless idiots who all say the right things on social media but contribute nothing of value to your business. Now, you could do something crazy like start laying people off and tightening up your operations so that it's more financially efficient. Maybe even bring in some talented people who know what they're doing. But no, the better solution here is clearly some of that sweet, sweet ESG money that can tide you over until you can shart out the next buggy, overpriced, unfinished, barely playable piece of crap that's going to force players to use endless microtransactions and expensive DLC just to keep up with. I love the gaming industry today. But wait, there's a problem. All those big financial investment companies will only lend you their money if you can prove that you're good little boys and girls whose games correctly push the message.
Yeah.
So what to do? Well, in this case, you hire an outside consultancy firm to advise you on how to make your upcoming game more compliant. Let's call them, I don't know, Honeyed Infant Incorporated. Now, on paper at least, they sound like a pretty good prospect. A small but very specialised consultancy group that can come in and work closely with your dev teams to break down and analyse the story and design of new video games and advise on how to make them more emotionally resonant, holistically inclusive, quintessentially effervescent, and other meaningless word salad buzz phrases that nobody understands. But man, they sure sound impressive. And even if you don't really understand what they do or why they're so expensive, you can at least say that you've worked with them and proven your loyalty to the message. So now all that wonderful ESG money can start flowing into your bank accounts. What you don't realise at the time though is that Honeyed Infant is a company staffed almost exclusively by hardcore political activists who either couldn't make it as actual game developers or never particularly cared about video games in the first place, have nothing even resembling creative imagination, and instead saw an opportunity to grift their way into an industry that never needed them in the first place. Kind of like 100 years ago when people like Anita Sarkeesian were vaguely relevant for about 15 minutes and used their infamy to blackmail their way into major game studios. Nice dev team you've got there. Be a shame if someone was to spread rumours on social media that you don't care about representation and diversity. I guess you'd better hire someone like me to make sure that doesn't happen, eh? I mean, damn man, Neil Druckmann was so eager to impress her that he basically forced out the actual talented woman who'd been running the Uncharted series so that he could take over for himself. Like, ever wondered why a seasoned adventurer like Nathan Drake was suddenly getting his ass handed to him by this random muscle-bound arsehole who showed up out of nowhere and was inexplicably stronger and better than him at everything? There you go. Ever wondered why Last of Us Part 2 embraced the Disney approach to storytelling?
Put a ticket in and make her name it gay!
Ellie's gay, by the way. Ever wondered why it retconned the hero of the first game into a dumb, gullible, spineless sap who walks into ambushes that he never would have fallen for before, and stands there like a fucking goldfish while his adopted daughter screams and berates him for the crime of saving her life, completely ignoring the impossible position he'd been put in, and the slim chance of success even if he'd given her up? Or why the intro feels the need to work in the subtle as a sledgehammer social pandering.
What you got there?
Bigot sandwiches.
Oh, fuck off.
Smells good.
or the blatant sacrifice of morality and common sense in favour of my themes, or this big old slab of beef that we're somehow supposed to identify with.
God.
There you
She's
go.
so hard to
Anyway,
look
I
at.
digress. The thing is, Honeyed Infant now have carte blanche to come in and rewrite your new game in any way they see fit, because their word is basically law now. And because all they really care about is making themselves feel better by lecturing the rest of the world about social and political issues that specifically matter to them, they begin to make changes. Lots of changes. Got a legacy straight white male hero that's been hugely popular and the mainstay of your franchise for years? Well, clearly he needs to go in favour of someone more diverse and worthy, who we're going to take every possible
God, I
opportunity
hate
to
that
remind the
costume
audience
so
is
much.
better than straight white male hero in every possible way. But how exactly to get rid of him? Well, let's just say he's gone off to find himself because he got sad or something. You know, whatever. As long as he's out of the picture, that's all that really matters. Got a whole bunch of straight white male heroes to take care of? What the hell? Let's just kill them all in the most ignominious and disrespectful way possible and turn their deaths into a big old joke. Because truly, nothing's funnier
I
than
hate
seeing
watching
iconic
that.
characters
It
get murdered and
triggers me,
then
man.
literally pissed on. But oh wait, one of the heroes is a woman. Well, that's a completely different story, don't you know? Honeyed Infant will make sure that her death is a solemn, poignant and heroic sacrifice. Because as we all know, death's only funny when it happens to men. And of course, they'll be sure to pepper in random changes to the sexuality of established characters that have got no bearing on the story or their development as people, but that doesn't particularly matter because
King
they say
Shark's
so.
quit. Are you
Got a
fucking
bunch of
kidding me?
attractive female characters in your game that appeal to your mostly male fan base? Not on their watch. If the women in your game don't look like they've taken a couple of dozen bee stings to the face and gone into anaphylactic shock, then you clearly need to re-examine your internal biases.
What the fuck is that?
Because as we all know, the reason that people like Sydney Sweeney are so popular right now is that we're all fascinated by her geopolitical takes on the current military situation in Ukraine. Man, it must be so satisfying as a developer to have spent months or even years carefully crafting every detail of the story and characters in your game, and then have experts like Honeyed Infant come in and completely rework it right under your nose. And what's even better is that you're not allowed to complain nor object to any of it because you don't
No, of
want to
course
be the
not.
one guy in the room who goes against the message. But wait, there's a problem brewing, because when the game finally releases, it turns out that all of Honeyed Infant's changes weren't quite as popular as the terrified echo chamber planning sessions predicted. Sales are cratering, active users are
so happy
plummeting,
it bombed.
and people are demanding
Greatest thing
refunds
ever.
in their thousands. All that extra revenue you were banking on has failed to materialise. It's almost as if people never wanted this stuff in the first place.
Am I so out of touch? No, it's the children who are wrong.
And not only are gamers up in arms about it, but they've also begun tracking other games that Honeyed Infant have worked on, and they've
yeah,
begun to
I
notice
saw
a
this.
pattern. Almost
This is
everything
sick.
they
I love
touch ends
this.
up being a worse product because of their input. But what to do? Do they allow it to blow over and get back to work? Do they reassess their philosophy on what customers want from their entertainment and try to
Nah.
produce better work in future? No, of course not.
Yeah,
What they do
exactly.
Instead is start an active campaign to silence and censor anyone who speaks out
Yeah,
about them,
get
which
fucked.
in turn fans
Get
the flames of
fucked,
controversy
baby.
and attracts even more attention to the problem that they created.
Mm.
Because truly, if there's one strategy that always works in business, it's going to war with your own customer base. Just ask Disney.
Yeah.
Now the truth is out, and what started out as a minor problem has turned into a national scandal that everyone on the internet is talking about, and suddenly there's talks of boycotts and protests and mass layoffs, and gamers everywhere are actively rebelling against the message and anything that companies like Honeyed Infant have touched. And now you're probably wishing that you'd run a tighter ship, spent your money more wisely, and hired actual talented people to work on your games instead of activists masquerading as industry consultants. But hey, it's not like any of this stuff could actually happen for real. Could it? Anyway, that's
yeah.
all I've got for today. Go away now.
Go away now. Fucking love Critical Drinker. He's so good. Oh, man, that Suicide Squad game. Fuck me, I was pissed off after I played that. I was ready to shoot up a school. Like, honestly, that's how bad that game is. Not like I can do that in Australia. But I'm just saying, but oh my god, it was such a fucking train wreck of a game. I just hated everything. I hated how the heroes died, how they treated Batman. I am sick of Harley Quinn. I am just sick of her. I love Harley, but I am up to the point that I can't stand her anymore because they've made her this feminazi type bitch, and I just can't stand her. And yeah, just not a good game. And I say good on you, that Steam user, Sweet Baby Ink Detected. Good on you. Like, you know, I think everyone needs to know that, hey, they're involved in this. Okay, it's probably shit. Like, there's so many games that they've been involved in that have been bad. Like Saints Row, Starfield, well, this game. Apparently Mortal Kombat 1, they had a bit of a say, and I can definitely see it. But it's not as bad in that one, I will say that. Miles Morales and Spider-Man 2 are ones as well. Definitely see it in those. I wouldn't call those games bad, though. I liked Miles Morales and I liked Spider-Man 2 as well, but there are things in there that you can definitely be like, okay, yeah, I definitely see that there. But I'm just sick of it. I just want good stories and good gaming. Like, I don't know what the last good game I played that had a really good story. Like, I mean, Resident Evil 4 and Dead Space come to mind. They're good. I'm playing Alan Wake 2 as well at the moment. And apparently they're part of that as well. So, yeah, just not a fan. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao.